Hello everybody, my name is Jake D, and welcome to my first Call of Duty mobile video on the channel. In this video, we're going to be comparing the S36 LMG and the RPD LMG. Now, if I were to ask you which you thought was better, you would probably say the S36. I mean, the S36 is everywhere in the meta right now, and the RPD is mostly untouched by the community. But as you can see, the RPD is quite a laser. Excuse the poor aiming for me, but I ended up doing really well in this game because the RPD is just that good. Before this video begins, I would like to give a huge thanks to Pathogenesis for inspiring me to do this video, and for the ADS times, and HawksNest for the basic statistics of these weapons. Now, the goal of this video is not to prove which one is better necessarily, but to give you a clear vision on what you think of both of these weapons. And who knows, with the S36 nerf inbound, maybe the RPD will be your new LMG of choice. Now, since this is the first time I'm doing these comparison videos, I'm going to explain the process. First, we have the overview, where I go over the basic statistics of the guns. And then next I have the gameplay, where I take these guns into a match to try them out. Then lastly, I have recommendations, where I recommend you guys class setups for these guns. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy. The RPD and the S36 are both classified as LMGs. The RPD has 100 ammo with extended mag, making it 120, and the S36 has 75 ammo with extended mag, making it 95. The RPD has a reload time of 5.5 seconds, fast mag making it 4 seconds, and the S36 has a reload speed of 4 seconds, fast mag making it 2.8 seconds. The RPD fires 10.9 bullets per second, and the S36 fires 12.32 bullets per second. The RPD has a movement speed of 5.28 meters a second, and the S36 has a movement speed of 5.25 meters per second, and this is what that looks like. So as you can see, there's not too much of a difference, but I must say from experience that the RPD does feel faster. Now on to recoil and aiming. Both of these weapons have the same ADS time, which is 400 milliseconds, which is raised to 433 milliseconds with the red dot. However, with quick draw, it becomes 316 milliseconds and 350 milliseconds with the red dot sight. As for the iron sight, they are very good on both of these weapons, but I do recommend the red dot sight, as these weapons will be used at a more medium range. For recoil, both of these weapons are pretty good, but you'll see it here. As you can see, there's a bit of a difference since Season 2, and the full grip now has a bit of an effect on the S36, although not that much. Now on to time to kill. At 0 to 10 meters, the RPD has a time to kill of 0.28 seconds, but then after 10 meters, it drops off to 0.37 seconds. The S36 has a time to kill of 0.24 seconds up to 16 meters, then drops off to 0.32 seconds until 41 meters, where it drops off to 0.41 seconds. This is actually slower than the RPD, and this is roughly what those time to kills look like. It's important to note that these test results should be taken with a bit of a grain of salt, as the S36 has no headshot multiplier unlike the RPD, and also I could have missed some shots at the longer ranges. It was more for a rough estimate. And now we're on to the second segment of the video, the gameplay. In this segment, I take both of these weapons into a match to test how good they are. I actually do 2 matches, one with the iron sights and one with the red dot, as the red dot is the best optic in the game, and the iron sights are pretty important in choosing whether you want to use the iron sights or the red dot. This segment is not exactly to see which gun is better than the other, it's mostly just to see the different play styles and see which one you guys prefer. And for the iron sights, I had decided to jump onto Nuketown as it is a really good close to medium range map, which the iron sights are very suited for. And as you can see, even though the RPD is better at long range, it still does pretty well at close range. Now, I don't know where I got 2 kills from here, but I'm pretty glad I did. As you can see, it is just melting enemies, and you'll about to see here, besides that bad aiming from me, that it is really good at melting enemies at longer ranges. Look at this one. That's a very long shot, but I still absolutely shred the enemy, besides the shots that I miss. I'm going to let the rest of the gameplay play through now, and you guys can see how good this is. Now to the S36, and I must say that the iron sights, as you can see, are quite worse than the RPD, as they do block a lot of your vision, which is very bad in an iron sight. They are still pretty good though, and as you can see, this weapon really does just shred. Quick tip, by the way, Predator missile equals overpowered. Back to the S36, however, you can just see how this weapon absolutely shreds at its close to medium range, which is where it excels and is better than the RPD. I'm going to let you guys watch through the rest of this match without commentary, so you can see just how good this weapon is as well, and then get back to you guys with the red dot.
Up team. Enemy spotted. Total awaiting orders.
And now onto red dots. Raid is probably the perfect map for LMGs. It's one of the best maps for LMGs. It's a really good medium to far range map, and I just felt like it would be appropriate to use a really good sight on a really good type of weapon for this map. As you can see, the RPD is just lasering enemies at the medium to far range that it excels at. I just got a Predator missile right there, and even in close range, it's doing pretty decent. That guy was a real player, and he had the Type 25 geometry, and I still managed to beat him. As you can see, I'm just lasering enemies, and I get a VTOL. Now it's time to see if the S36 can keep up to that standard. Now, it is killing enemies pretty fast, but I must say the RPD just felt a lot faster. It is still lasering enemies pretty well, though. I accidentally used a VTOL here because I'm just that much of a bot, and I wanted to keep myself alive because I'm stubborn. So I wasted a lot of the match here. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah. After that little incident, I still laser enemies very well with the S36 at its close to medium range, which is where it excels more than the RPD. Huh, this seems like a good idea. Oh, I guess it wasn't. And now on to our third and final segment of today's video, the loadout. As you can see here, we've got the RPD loadout, and let's take a look at the weapon attachments first. I've put on the red dot sight because whilst the iron sight is good, it just gets worse at longer ranges, and the red dot helps out a lot there. Quick draw is a requirement as LMGs in general have a very slow ADS speed, but you might want to have an extended mag instead of a fast mag, although I don't recommend it. Finally, I have FMJ, although you might want to have a foregrip, as side-to-side recoil can get quite intense at longer ranges when you shoot for a long time. As for the secondary weapon, you can choose really whatever you want, as it doesn't matter, but I have the J358 as it's a good weapon that can move fast and still kill enemies in a relatively short time to kill, when the RPD just moves too slow. As for the specialist, I have the War Machine, as the War Machine is just crazy good right now. You might also want to have the Scythe, but the Scythe isn't really recommended. As for lethal equipment, I have the Trip Mine, as this class likes to stay back a bit and hold angles rather than rush around and kill the enemies. As for tactical equipment, I have Trophy Systems, as well, Trophy Systems are basically the best tactical equipment out there. And now onto the perks. I've equipped Lightweight on this class as it makes it a much more versatile weapon that can be more of a rushy kind of weapon than a regular LMG that just sits back and camps. I've equipped Toughness because Toughness is basically the only perk that you would want, the only green perk that you would want on an LMG, and Hardline, as this class won't be rushing around too much, and so Dead Silence isn't really that useful. And now I have the S36 class. Again, I have Red Dot, as the iron sights are good, but Red Dot is just better for this range. Quick Draw again is necessary, but this time I have Extended Mag, as you don't really want Fast Mag. The reload is already kinda slow, but fastish. It's in the mid-range, and Fast Mag doesn't really make a huge impact. I have FMJ, and that's what you want. You don't really want to go with foregrip, as most of the recoil on this weapon is vertical, which is easily controllable. As for the secondary, again, I have the J358, although it doesn't really matter. You can use any secondary with this class. It doesn't make a huge impact, as you're going to be using the LMG most of the time. The specialist and equipment are also the same, for the same reasons listed in the RPD, and so are the perks, except for the red perk, which I have as agile, as lightweight doesn't really make a huge difference with this gun. This gun just feels slower than the RPD. And with that, we've reached the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. If you want to go check out Path or HawksNest, I'll leave their channels in the description. And if you did like this video, then please do drop a like, as I put a lot of effort into making it. If you have any suggestions for how I can improve my testing, or what weapons I should compare next, then do leave a comment down in the description. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and goodbye.